Do your students ever struggle to stay focused, remember directions, or switch gears when rules change? These are the core executive functioning skills, and they're vital for learning success. In this video, I'll show you a set of fun, game-like activities that exercise working memory, inhibitory control, and cognitive flexibility. Stick with me because I'm going to demonstrate exactly how these activities work, and you'll see how they can transform learning. This is Tell Me 3. See how quickly you can name the shape, image 1, and the number, image 2. Continue this pattern until you reach the end of a row, then proceed across all 3 rows until you reach the last image in the last row. Note your time and try to beat your score. So the rule is shape and number. Square, 2, triangle, 4, square, 6, square, 8, circle. You can see I like these because they're having to constantly switch the rule, which works on both working memory to hold the rule and cognitive flexibility to be changing. And that it also requires this kind of micro attention where they want to focus for a period of time, which is very similar to doing an activity in school, but they can also repeat the activity to try to beat their score. This is a similar activity with the same instructions. However, there are 3 rules: color, number, shape. So the way you would do this one would be pink, 2, square, green, 5, circle, yellow, 8, circle. It does require some focus, intense focus, and also, again, the cognitive flexibility in holding the information in working memory. Here's another one called Tell Me 9. See how quickly you can name the next letter of the alphabet for each image. Continue this pattern until you reach the end of the row, then proceed across all 3 rows until you reach the last image in the last row. Note your time and try to beat your score. So this one would be H, K, O, S, D, C, W, M, and X. It does require a lot of holding and actually accessing information from long-term memory, which is also a component of working memory. This is cross out 9. Look through each row in sequence and see how quickly you can cross out with an X the red shapes and check the squares. Continue until you reach the last image on the last row. Note your time and try to beat your score. So in this one, the students actually interact with the image. Again, the rule is to put an X in the red shapes and a check on the squares. I like to use these activities using GoodNotes. That way I can place the activities into a student folder and then they can interact with them using the iPencil. Squiggle Activities 1 and 2. Draw a continuous line from the first black dot above the letters and below the numbers until you reach the second black dot. Try not to touch the letters and numbers. Note your time and try to beat your record. I like the tactile piece to this activity and how it brings in a fine motor component. Draw a continuous line from the first black dot below the up arrow and above the down arrow. Note your time and try to beat your record. I like this because it's giving you an opposite direction of where the arrow is facing, which can be a little bit confusing for students, but it also helps them to override and really pay attention to the instructions and develop cognitive flexibility. This is a score sheet that is printable with the activity so that you can keep track of students' progress. There's also an answer key. You can get the digital download at goodsensorylearning.com, or if you're interested in a suite of executive functioning resources that can be completed in online sessions, come on over to learningspecialistcourses.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so others can discover these tips and resources too.